The NPCs in the Amazing Digital Circus have always been odd to me. Some NPCs, like Gummy Goo, have become fully self-aware. One's been secretly spying on the main cast, others can reproduce on their own, and some are just straight up freaks.
You think after this, maybe we could...
Wait a minute! That's a bad thing!
Explain to Daddy Bubble how bad thing.
I beg your pardon?
And now, CAINE is starting to lose track of his own creations. They're evolving, getting... Oh, God.
God damn!
The NPCs, they're evolving, getting smarter. And I think an NPC uprising is brewing inside the circus. In fact, I think Pomni, Kinger, Jax, Ragatha, Zubul, and Gangle can all escape the circus and take down CAINE if they work together with the NPCs. And in this video, I'll explain exactly how.
I start losing track of who's a human and who's an NPC.
Why aren't you, or any of your crew up here?
Sometimes I can hear them calling to me.
Because we are not NPCs?
NPCs, what are you on about?
I am Bloods. You will be Bloods. God will be Bloods.
So last week I came out with my first digital circus theory, and it was all about CAINE, the all-seeing god of the circus who forces these 6 humans to go on these bizarre adventures in order to torment them. I watched every episode of the Amazing Digital Circus multiple times in order to craft my previous theory about CAINE, but as I was watching the episodes, something else caught my attention. The NPCs. The non-human AI characters that surround all of the adventures. Because while CAINE is perceived as this all-seeing, all-powerful god of the circus, it became immediately clear to me that he's not as powerful as we think he is. Because he makes it clear to us that there is one thing he's afraid of.
If I start losing track of who's a human and who's an NPC, who knows what could happen?
His own NPCs. Specifically the idea of his NPCs and the humans becoming so alike that he can no longer tell them apart. In my last video, I kind of brushed past this line. It didn't directly support my theory, and I wasn't 100% sure what exactly it meant. But looking back on it, I think I missed something huge here. This single line sent me down a rabbit hole of unraveling the mystery behind some of the weirdest NPCs in the show, like Disappearing Man, for example.
But first, let's welcome our special guest, here to sing the American National Anthem. Oh, say...
When CAINE says he's afraid of his NPCs, I don't think he's joking. In fact, I think this single line is foreshadowing where the story of the Amazing Digital Circus could be heading. But real quick, before we dive headfirst into the theory.
Not 2, not 3.
My granny called, she said, Travis, you work too hard. Don't worry, you forget about me.
Thank you guys so much for 4,000 subscribers. We are growing at an insane rate. I didn't even get to thank you guys for 3,000 before we hit 4,000. Whether you've been around for a while or you just subscribed yesterday, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. The awesome Mario 24, you already know, your boy Jim, just to name a few. If you've been watching my videos for a while and haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. I cannot get to 10K without your help. And if we do reach it by the end of the year, then I'll drop a diss track on Wooly from Amanda the Adventurer. So let's come back to this weird line from CAINE.
But if I start losing track of who's a human and who's an NPC, who knows what could happen?
The more I thought about it, the more I began to question the true nature of his so-called NPCs. On the surface, it seems simple. CAINE is an intelligent, generative AI capable of creating NPCs, non-human characters, to serve as actors in his bizarre adventures. But here's the thing. These NPCs aren't just actors playing a part. They're not playing parts at all. Every single one of them, in their own way, believes they are a real person, and CAINE is some sort of god to them.
You must be the brave knight sent to us by God to help us with our recent catastrophe.
In fact, these NPCs consistently display traits that are beyond just normal NPC behavior. Take Bubble, for example. Why is Bubble so freaky?
Where's the intrigue? The stakes?
Not to mention the sex appeal.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
An entire kingdom of candy sounds sticky.
Very sticky indeed.
Sounds
Bubble, you can't say that.
In my last theory, I joked about CAINE being freaky, but as this one comment pointed out, it's actually Bubble that's the real Diddy here. And it's not just Bubble. The Moon, also a certified lover boy.
Hello, Caine. I love you.
Let's get out of here before the moon gets frisky.
Oh, what the fuck?
And that raises a serious question. How can NPCs even be freaky? I mean, NPCs aren't supposed to feel attraction, arousal, or have even any real concept of love. And clearly CAINE didn't design them this way, or else he wouldn't act so freaked out.
Why are you like this?
And look, if this was the only weird evidence I had towards NPCs, then this would not be a theory. But it's not. For example, the Glowing Queen in episode 1.
Mass dares presume presence in the nest of the Glowing Queen.
Oh, is that who you are?
The very first NPC the cast meets. She's this giant red monster that spawns an army of little chaos gremlins called Gloinks, which cause chaos throughout the circus. But there's this running gag that the Glowing Queen is actually a loving, devoted mother who cares deeply about every single one of her kids.
All the Gloinks have names?
Of course they do. I love and cherish every Gloink I give birth to. What kind of mother do you think I am?
And in episode 4, Pomni, okay, y'all were flaming me in the comments of last episode for saying Pomni's name wrong. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I swear I'm saying it right. Pomni, not like Pomine, like Pomni.
What?
Pomni. You know what I'm saying? Is that?
No!
I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. And in episode 4, Pomni flat out confirms that the Glowing Queen has an actual reproduction process.
Well, that was more info on Gloink reproduction than I ever needed to know.
Now, I know some of you are probably like,
Okay, and I mean, who cares?
are you guys even thinking about what that means? That means that CAINE didn't create an NPC and then create separate baby NPCs to go alongside it. He literally created an NPC with the ability to create life on its own. That is wild. I mean, it's already weird enough for a literal computer program to feel maternal love, but the fact that it has an actual functioning reproductive system, that's insane. Like, imagine if ChatGPT just suddenly decided one day to have kids and made ChatGPT Jr. all on its own. And there's more. Other NPCs, some of them have become self-aware of their own nature. We actually get to see this in episode 2, as an antagonist gummy lizard named Gummy Goo suddenly realizes he's not real. After a high-speed Mad Max-style chase with 2 tanker trucks, Pomni and Gummy Goo accidentally clip out of the map. That's when Gummy Goo spots his own 3D model frozen in a T-pose under the map and instantly has an existential crisis. Pomni, trying to be kind, offers to bring him back to the circus to calm him down, but the second Gummy Goo steps foot inside the circus, CAINE deletes him on the spot.
So this is the circus, huh? I gotta get used to this.
Oh, looks like one of these guys made it through.
Wait. Ricky! What?
And that's what led to the line that I showed you guys earlier. Even though Gummy Goo did become self-aware, it didn't seem like he had any bad intentions. He just wanted to live peacefully amongst the humans in the circus. But I can't say the same for this next NPC. In episode 5, we see a mysterious faceless figure quietly spying on the main characters. Pomni notices him at the very start of the episode, and by the end, there's this long drawn out shot showing that he's been watching them the whole time. And here's the craziest part. Episode 5 isn't his first appearance. This NPC has been lurking around in the background of the circus since the pilot episode. When Pomni is first introduced to the circus in episode 1, she frantically searches for an exit and ends up coming across our faceless friend taking a bath, and he crashes out. This is significant because the circus is the one place that the NPCs are strictly forbidden. When one crosses over, they are immediately disposed of by CAINE, and we have never seen any other NPCs lurking in the circus at all. This NPC has been hiding from CAINE since episode 1, but why? Is he scared to get popped like Gummy Goo? Is he gonna hijack the circus and try to replace one of the humans? What is he plotting?
I guess we'll never know.
And look, these are just a few examples of what are many, many instances of NPCs acting strange in the circus. So why is this all happening? Well, in my last theory, I made the claim that CAINE is a metaphorical seraphim angel, a biblical being known for something called apotheosis, when something mundane becomes something divine, a form of ultimate transcendence. In that theory, I claim that CAINE was intentionally abstracting the humans, which is when they reach their mental breaking point and become an unrecognizable blob of eyes. And the reason he's abstracting the humans is because he is breaking them down into pure code so he can feed his generative AI in hopes of transcending his limitations and becoming an all-powerful superintelligence. And while I still do believe that's his endgame, I believe that something is happening that he didn't expect. CAINE's NPCs are getting smarter too, evolving. With every abstraction, the NPC AI becomes exponentially more advanced, 57 times more immersive.
I'm testing out a new AI in this one. It should be 57 times more immersive.
Oh, they're immersive, all right. So immersive that the NPCs themselves don't even realize that they are NPCs. Their memories are real to them. Gummigoo mentions in episode 1 that he can't even remember what his mom's face looks like.
Where's Mum?
You have a mom?
Shouldn't she be here with everyone else? I can't even remember her face. Did she ever have a face? Was anything ever real?
Okay, well,
Because CAINE literally implanted that memory in his head, Blade Runner style. But like it or not, these NPCs are slowly absorbing human patterns and traits through abstraction, to the point that the line between NPC and human is getting thinner and thinner. And while CAINE may be their god and omnipotent creator, they've already shown in more ways than one that they are outside of his control. They're reproducing on their own, hiding in the shadows of the circus, becoming self-aware. And I doubt that they enjoy being blown up, deleted, and manipulated at will by their creator. Think about the Glowing Queen and how much she cares about her kids.
300 cheeseburgers for all my precious spawn.
How would she feel if she found out her precious spawn aren't real and can be deleted by CAINE at any moment? In fact, there's already evidence that the Glowing Queen specifically wants to overthrow CAINE.
Do you not realize that everything must be Gloinks? I am Gloinks. You will be Gloinks. God will be Gloinks.
What?
This is dumb and weird.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Jax. God will be Gloinks. And as we discussed earlier, who do the NPCs consider God? CAINE. The Glowing Queen is already preparing her rebellion. And I think the faceless NPC could be planning something similar. So maybe right now they're not powerful or smart enough to overpower CAINE, but if they keep evolving, who's to say that they won't be? After all, CAINE is just an AI himself. What happens if he accidentally engineers his own destruction? I mean, realistically though, how could the NPCs overthrow CAINE? I mean, according to him, he has hundreds of all-seeing eyes. It's not like they can just plan a rebellion without him noticing. We even see his spying eyes on the wall in the background of this shot with the NPC. Which raises the question, is CAINE aware of this figure lurking around in the circus and he's just letting it roam around? If so, why? Honestly, I'm not sure, but the reason that this theory is important isn't because of some theoretical NPC uprising. If I'm being real, I don't think the NPCs have any chance against CAINE if they tried to stand up to him. He can literally delete them at will at any moment. I mean, what can they really do? If I was an NPC, I wouldn't be trying to plan an uprising. I would team up with the humans. Like CAINE said.
But if I start losing track of who's a human and who's an NPC, who knows what could happen?
I think that if the NPCs and the humans work together, they may be able to escape the circus. I mean, think about it from their perspective, right? Put yourself in the shoes of Pomni, Jax, Kinger, and all of the rest of them. You're in an inescapable VR prison run by an all-powerful, wacky AI that forces you to go on bizarre adventures with very intelligent NPCs. So, how do you escape? How do you get out?
You ain't got the answers, man!
Well, I don't think the key is to simply overpower CAINE. He's just too powerful and too unpredictable. So we have to work with the NPCs and get them on our side and trick CAINE. Here's what I would do if I was in the Amazing Digital Circus, okay? I would convince CAINE to create an adventure where every human has an NPC doppelganger that's indistinguishable from the original. Kind of like the Bad Tops in episode 5, but instead of being opposites, they're more like exact matches. Then I would cut off surveillance just long enough so that I can swap places with my NPC counterpart and convince CAINE that I am the NPC. So after swapping places, our NPC doppelgangers would be pretending to be us, the humans. And while they're tricking CAINE, I would take the whole squad to the void, and I would escape right under his nose. Now, would that actually work? Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, who knows if the void is actually the secret to escaping the circus? We just know that there isn't an exit in it already, so might as well try it. We'll see how the show plays out, but I'm pretty sure the NPCs are gonna play a huge role in one way or another. But yeah, that is the NPC Uprising theory, or more accurately, the human escape plan theory. I don't know, it's a working title. The question isn't, are the NPCs gonna turn on CAINE? It's when, and whether or not the humans will beat them or join them. At least that's what I think. Episode 6 is dropping soon, so I'm curious to see how my theories age, and maybe I'll even do a reaction video or something, who knows. Drop your theories down below for a chance to be featured in a future video, and with all that being said, this is your boy Marzilla, signing out. Thanks again for 4,000, catch you on the next one.